Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
A member of an indigenous nomadic people living in northern Scandinavia and herding reindeer. The language of nomadic Lapps in northern Scandinavia and the Kola Peninsula. Equal in amount or value. The same amount. Closely similar or comparable in kind or quality or quantity or degree. Curtains the same color as the walls. Same in identity. The same man I saw yesterday. Unchanged in character or nature. The village stayed the same. A member of an indigenous nomadic people living in northern Scandinavia and herding reindeer. The language of nomadic Lapps in northern Scandinavia and the Kola Peninsula. A member of an indigenous nomadic people living in northern Scandinavia and herding reindeer. A member of an indigenous nomadic people living in northern Scandinavia and herding reindeer. The language of nomadic Lapps in northern Scandinavia and the Kola Peninsula. A member of an indigenous nomadic people living in northern Scandinavia and herding reindeer. The language of nomadic Lapps in northern Scandinavia and the Kola Peninsula. A member of an indigenous nomadic people living in northern Scandinavia and herding reindeer. The language of nomadic Lapps in northern Scandinavia and the Kola Peninsula. Prefer or wish to do something. Would you like to come along to the movies? Resembling or similar. Having the same or some of the same characteristics, often used in combination. Suits of like design. Conforming in every respect. The like period of the preceding year. A similar kind. Dogs, foxes, and the like. A kind of person. We'll not see his like again. Having the same or similar characteristics. All politicians are alike. Equal in amount or value. Like amounts. Feel about or towards. Consider, evaluate, or regard. How did you like the president's speech last night? Find enjoyable or agreeable. I like jogging. Want to have. I'd like a beer now. Be fond of. I like my nephews. Being the exact same one, not any other. This is the identical room we stayed in before. Exactly alike. Incapable of being perceived as different. Rows of identical houses. Coinciding exactly when superimposed. Identical triangles. Of twins, derived from a single egg or ovum. Identical twins are monovular. Having properties with uniform values along all axes. Having the same sound, especially the same vowel sound, occurring in successive stressed syllables. Note the assonant words and syllables in tilting at windmills. Having the same vowel sound occurring with different consonants in successive words or stressed syllables. Conforming in every respect. Able to be compared or worthy of comparison. Having the same appearance, as if mass-produced. A suburb of cookie-cutter houses. Conforming in every respect. Boxes with corresponding dimensions. Accompanying. All rights carry with them corresponding responsibilities. Similar especially in position or purpose. A number of corresponding diagonal points. Being two identical. A copy that corresponds to an original exactly. He made a duplicate for the files. Duplicate or match. Make or do or perform again. Increase twofold. Something additional of the same kind. Identically copied from an original. A duplicate key. Make a duplicate or duplicates of. Could you please duplicate this letter for me? Having a single melodic line with accompaniment. Having the same sound. Exactly alike. Incapable of being perceived as different. They wore indistinguishable hats. Not capable of being distinguished or differentiated. The two specimens are actually different from each other, but the differences are almost indistinguishable. Informal, very. Used informally as an intensifier. That is one fine dog. Having the indivisible character of a unit. Spoke with one voice. Used of a single unit or thing, not two or more. The smallest whole number or a numeral representing this number. He has the 1 but will need a 2 and 3 to go with it. Eminent beyond or above comparison. She's one girl in a million. A single person or thing. He is the best one. Being a single entity made by combining separate components. 3 chemicals combining into one solution. Indefinite in time or position. He will come one day. Of the same kind or quality. 2 animals of one species. Presenting or taking the same point of view, used especially with regard to the first 3 Gospels of the New Testament. Synoptic sayings. Presenting a summary or general view of a whole. A synoptic presentation of a physical theory. Presenting or taking the same point of view, used especially with regard to the first 3 Gospels of the New Testament. Being the exact same one, not any other. Saw the self-same quotation in 2 newspapers. Being the one previously mentioned or spoken of. Being the one previously mentioned or spoken of. Works of all the aforementioned authors. Being the exact same one, not any other. On this very spot. Used as intensifiers. Real is sometimes used informally for really. Rattling is informal. She was very gifted. Precisely as stated. The very center of town. Being the one previously mentioned or spoken of. Said party has denied the charges. Remaining in an original state. Not made or become different. The causes that produced them have remained unchanged. A person who is of equal standing with another in a group. Be identical or equivalent to. $1 equals 1,000 rubles these days. Be equal to in quality or ability. Make equal, uniform, corresponding, or matching. Let's equalize the duties among all employees in this office. Having the requisite qualities or resources to meet a task. He was equal to the task. Having the same quantity, value, or measure as another. On equal terms. Resembling or similar. having the same or some of the same characteristics, often used in combination. Having the same or similar characteristics. Capable of replacing or changing places with something else, permitting mutual substitution without loss of function or suitability. Marked by correspondence or resemblance. Similar food at similar prices. Of words, expressing closely related meanings. Unvarying in nature. Principles of unvarying validity. Always the same, showing a single form or character in all occurrences. Lacking variety. Lacking variety. A native or inhabitant of Europe. Of or relating to or characteristic of Europe or the people of Europe. Any of the languages spoken by the Lapps and generally assumed to be Uralic languages. Any of the languages spoken by the Lapps and generally assumed to be Uralic languages.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.